Just like I love a tiny camera and a tiny lens, I have a soft spot for a tiny printer. And I think every photographer should see their work in print, and this is a really convenient and fun way to do it. None of the products in this video are sponsored. This is all stuff that I've bought with my money and tinkered with over the years. However, this video is sponsored by Squarespace, which I shall talk about at the end. In at number 3, this is a tiny Instax printer. It's battery operated, so you can put it in your bag and take it anywhere with you. And it just works by, you stick a photo on your app and then send it to the printer and then it prints out immediately. I've had this for years, to the point where the new one has had a complete cosmetic makeover and it's called something different. This is the Instax Mini Link smartphone printer. And what it gives you is these teeny tiny Instax prints. I think these are great for sticking in your wallet, putting on your desk, giving out to friends and family if you're at a get-together. It's a really cute and informal way to have your prints out. Now, of course, you can do this the old-fashioned way by using an Instax camera, and I have several. When I went to the Faroe Islands a few years ago with my dad, I had like a daily Instax challenge. Because the cartridges give you 10 prints and I was there for 10 days, I did a picture of the day while I was there, and I thought it was really, really fun. But what I have found over the years with the camera version versus the printer version is you do get some misses. Your flash might not be great, you might miss the moment, you might not compose it properly, and because you are taking out prints every time you press the shutter, those mistakes can be costly. So for me, I much prefer that I could take a picture with any camera, whether it's a blooming £3,000 full frame camera or a 10-year-old camera or my phone. As long as I like the photo and it's a memory that I want to cherish, I can send it to the printer and I know that it's going to turn out just fine. This printer takes Instax mini paper, which works out at about £1 a print. So whether you think that's good or not, I don't know. But I do think they do stand the test of time. I've got some of these from years ago that are still absolutely fine. They haven't faded or anything. Now, what I don't like about this printer and why it is third on this list is because the prints are so small, the image quality isn't quite as good as you'll find elsewhere. It's great for informal stuff, but you do lose detail if you're trying to shoot like a landscape, for example, like I was doing in the Faroe Islands. And there are better options available, which I shall talk about now. In at number 2, the infamous Canon Selfie CP1500. I don't know how you'd say it. 1500? Anyway, this printer is a delight. It's not like an Instaxy one. It does proper lab quality photo prints. And it's teeny tiny. You can get it in several different colours. I leave it plugged in all the time. Whenever I want to send a photo to it, I can, and I get a lab quality print. I think this little printer is probably the most iconic and the most popular in the tiny printer world because it just does everything seamlessly and really, really well. When you buy the prints and the ink, you get it in a set together, so you never ever run out of ink. The cartridges run out when the prints run out, so it's really seamless. And in terms of image quality, it really is second to none. It gives you 16.7 million colours, the website tells me. The printer paper that you get for it is even certified for 100 years fade free. So if you want to start a family album, then this might be the perfect printer for you. The way that I use this printer personally, because it is powered by mains, I think you can get a battery for it, but I've never bothered personally. I just leave it by my desk, and when I come home from a trip and I've edited my photos, I'll find like my favourite 3, and I try to be really picky, and then just print them out and I put them in like a little photo album that I have on my shelf. And it's really nice to just be like, here are my favourite photographs from this trip. And at the end of the year, when I'm looking back trying to find like my best of list, this really helps narrow it down for me, because at the time my gut instinct was this photo and this photo were the best from this trip, and it's lovely to look back on. If when I mentioned that the Instax printer in third place costs £1 a print made you go, then this will be much better as well. It works out at around 28 pence a print. You get 100 and odd prints. You're not sort of like just choosing 10 like you are with the Instax, you know, like, this has got to last me until I get the next order. Like 108 per pack. You can go a little bit wild if you want. Because I don't know about you, right? I've had bigger, fancier printers in the past, ones that do like, you know, A3 size, for example. And it was that blooming expensive to run that I found that I was afraid to use it. So yeah, if you've ever felt that in the past, you don't get that with this because it's really cheap and you can just go wild. Oh, and as an aside, completely irrelevant, it's almost like hypnotic to watch it print because it prints each colour one by one. So it comes out yellow and then it comes out magenta and everything. And then it sort of comes together and blossoms at the end. Super satisfying to watch. But yeah, I think everyone could benefit from a printer. And if you were looking for something to just capture some memories from your family and your day-to-day life, this is the one that I would probably pick. However, the one that I've been using way more recently in first place is this one, the Instax Square. This printer solves a lot of the issues that I had with the smaller Instax printer, and I absolutely love it. I got it in green, it comes in lots of different colours. It's completely powered by USB-C, so super convenient to leave in your bag and take out with you. I recently took this on my husband's birthday trip, and I just took it out, and anyone that was at the party could send prints to it. And then I had a little Sharpie and we could sort of write on them all the different things that we were doing. It was really cute and really fun and a great way to capture the memories. I've also got this cute little leatherette pouch thing that it comes with, which I just think's adorable. It even has like a little strap, and yeah, it was only cheap, and I think it's a very cool combo. You don't have to take it out of the case to take photos. So yeah, I love it. The image quality is superb and it's incredibly easy to use. The square prints give you way more real estate, so you can get away with printing larger group shots and landscapes and anything else that you want. So my favorite combo at the moment, as much as I like the big bright prints that this gives me, is I love shooting the Pentax MX1 because that stamps the time and the date on the photo, and then you can print it out, and then it's like this Polaroid-esque print with the date stamped on it. I just think that's really cute. And then you can sort of Sharpie the bottom as well. So I have many of these around my office. I keep a couple on my desk at all times. I rotate through because it's just a nice way to look back at memories. One thing that I do with the Instax Squares actually is I have a little travel notebook, and I take it with me everywhere that I travel, and just one page a day I will write, you know, what I've done for that day, so I can look back and see all these cute memories. And throughout this little book I insert my Instax prints. It's a really nice way to be like, this is what I did, here's the Instax print. It's a great way to document your travels because the photos are large enough that the quality is excellent, but they're not big enough like photo prints where you couldn't fit it in a tiny book. And this isn't a printer, but this accessory is one of the best things that I've bought recently. This tiny little card reader. It's a USB-C, so it goes straight into my phone, and it does SD and micro SD. So if I am out with the Pentax MX1, which doesn't have an app and doesn't have Wi-Fi, I can still get the JPEGs onto my phone and out onto the printer. I just keep this in my bag now. It's so handy, and sometimes, honestly, it's easier to use the card reader than it is some of the apps that some brands have. So yeah, I'll link that in the description as well. It's only cheap, and it's something that I think anyone who likes to put photos on their phone could benefit from. So all these printers are relatively cheap, so might make a good gift if you have a fellow photographer in the family, or you know what, treat yourself. I'll link everything in the description. And let me just talk about Squarespace, the sponsor of this video. I've used Squarespace for years and years and years, and talking about seeing your work displayed digitally is always a good idea. Not on Instagram where it's always cropped and, you know, lost in the algorithm. Having your own portfolio online is really cool to see. If you would like a corner of the internet to call your own, then Squarespace is the best place to do it. They make everything really user-friendly, so even if you don't have any design background, you can just hit the ground running with all of their templates. Once you're up and running with them as well, it's very easy to grow with them. I started just as a wedding portfolio for my Squarespace website, and then it sort of became a blog, and now I sell my digital presets and my workshops, and you can just add on all these different features as you go. So if you'd like to have a go at Squarespace, you can create your first website and see how you like it, and then if you're ready to launch, you can use the code MicrophoneNerds to get a discount off your first purchase or domain.